Hello. I had just finished shooting some footage for a video, and I figured while the camera was set up, I might as well talk about some just like random stuff because everyone seems to like just when I get in front of the camera, just talk about random shit. I don't know, it's whatever you guys want. So I'm just gonna start shooting stuff off the top of my head. Let's see where I've been. I actually was kind of surprised when I look at my YouTube page and I noticed that it's been like 3 weeks since I posted Demolition Man up. And wow, Demolition Man took a long time to make. It may not seem like it, and I don't know if you guys have any idea how long it generally takes to shoot a video, but it's not the shooting that took so long, it's the editing. I think as my videos have kind of gotten more advanced, I mean, if you compare them now to the way they were back then I just got a bunch of game footage and I narrated over it. Now I have a lot more edits, I cut a lot more things in there, video, sound effects, music, things like that. There's a lot more to it, and it's really involved, and it takes a lot longer. It used to take me like 6 hours to bang out a video. Now it takes me about a week. It takes a long time. So the turnaround gets a little bit longer, especially now that I have a job. It's a full-time job, and man, it is killing me. It's really hard to maintain any kind of schedule anymore because I'll tell myself, like, I'm going to shoot tonight. I got all this stuff set up. And when I get home, I am just drained. I guess you guys can relate. I haven't really had to work that hard in my life, but it's a full-time job, and it's really monotonous. And when you get home, or when I get home, I'm just kind of like emotionally, intellectually just sapped. And all I want to do is really just lay down and sleep for a while. It's kind of the state of my life at the moment. It's just very draining. I don't have a lot in me right now. And that's not because of you guys. It's not because of the videos. I would love to make videos all the time for you guys. It's just that sometimes it's a question of, like, if I get in front of the camera and I'm really not in that good a state, it's kind of an injustice to you guys. Like, I don't want to do that if it's not going to make you laugh. If you just kind of see the shambling husk of a dude in front of you playing games, maybe you might find that amusing. A lot of you guys like the E.T. video because, like, I was in an extraordinary amount of pain. But, like, I try to entertain you guys as much as possible. I try to be as positive and cheery as possible in my videos, just so I have some energy. If I was doing it like if I was recording because I felt like I had to, I don't think you guys would like it as much, and you guys deserve better. But I am still doing videos. It's taken me a little longer, mainly because what I'm doing now is I'm kind of laying the groundwork for a lot of stuff in the future. So it is kind of frustrating to me as well because I've been doing a lot of work, and I don't have a lot to show for it. But there is stuff happening. I'm getting footage, I'm getting all sorts of stuff written, and it's really just a question of finally sitting down, shooting it, and editing it together. So, I mean, a lot of the stuff is ready. It's good stuff. But there's hits and misses as you go along. Sometimes I shoot things I don't find nearly as fun as I initially thought when I wrote them down, and some things I just realize I eventually can't do because of, like, budgetary constraints and the fact that I am essentially a one-man operation, and it's not possible to do certain things when I'm the one guy running the camera, I'm the guy in front of the camera, I'm the guy doing sound, lights, all that. It's just not possible. But anyway, that's where I've been. It's really a combination of a lot of things. There's a job that's kind of crushed me. I've had a few. There's kind of a family crisis going on right now. I don't want to talk about it, but it's pretty bad. So it's kind of had me on my heels, kind of backpedaling from things a bit. So if I haven't been as responsive as you like, I'm sorry. That's just the way things are. And also lately, I had I'll tell you the story of the website problems that have been going on. A while back, I got a message from my previous host, GoDaddy, and they said my bandwidth had been exceeded. I had like I think it was like 100 gigabytes a month, and it was over. And apparently, when you run over, they shut you down. You're locked out. Like, nobody could get in. So it was kind of it was a crisis mode, man. I mean, everything was going nuts because I have a lot of fans now, previously than what I did before. And when you have like 10,000 subscribers and who knows how many people subscribe to your forums and they go down, they all tell you about it. Like, you know, hey, did you know your forums are down? And, you know, your inbox is like, you know, 15,000 emails telling you that they're pissed off because they can't log in. So, and a lot of people telling me to get this website up, and you're right. I mean, I should get this website up. So it was a real problem finding a new host. I got recommended to a different host, and they were okay. But the thing is, I got another 100 gigabytes of... actually, I think it was... My previous one was like 50, and my new bandwidth for every month was 100. So I got 100 out of this new host, and I paid up for the year with this new host. I get a message like 10 days later that my bandwidth had been exceeded. You guys chew through the bandwidth like fucking animals. Like, you guys are crazy. Like, I looked at the statistics, and it's nobody attacking me. It was nobody hacking me like I thought somebody might have been, like, loading videos like crazy on my site or, like, doing a denial of service or something like that. It was nothing like that. It was, like, it was fairly distributed access throughout the page. The forums were shooting up a lot. It was just a lot of very enthusiastic people accessing the website, and the traffic had gone up. So, hey, I'm flattered, but, wow. So the problem was my forums had gotten huge, and I hadn't maintained them very well. So the forum had gotten to be like 80 megabytes, 80, 90 megabytes, something like that, when I backed it up. And the backup was corrupted. Like, no matter how many times I tried to download it, the backup was in very poor condition. It was incomplete. It would never download completely. This focus is kind of messed up. The download would never complete, and so I only had like 80% of the website at any given time. And worse, you can only upload like 5 megabytes. Like the software, unless you know SQL, will only allow you to upload like a 5 megabyte file, unless you want to run it from the command line. And I have no idea how to do that. You'd think I'd be able to do that being a computer science graduate. No, I never learned SQL. I should. I'm trying to, actually, right now, because this was embarrassing what I had to do to put this stuff up. But anyway, I had to transfer hosts again to a different host that has... I have a lot more bandwidth now than I did before. So that crisis is over, but it took like 2 weeks to resolve. And it was really stressful. Maybe I just took it too seriously. Maybe I stressed out a little too much over it, but... it was a kind of a hefty demand getting that website back up, and I wanted to get it up for you guys as well. So, I mean, I was working pretty late a lot of times, just trying to get the website back up. And I think I've succeeded for the most part. I know there was a lot of downtime, but it works. I'm also hosting my videos on Blip TV, because I'm kind of dissatisfied with YouTube. YouTube just destroys my my video and audio quality. And Rever does a lot of horrible things to my video, but they really hurt the audio. I don't know if you noticed that Rever, the audio on those files is terrible, and it's not that bad on my host files. It's really not. Like, if you listen to the Dirty Dancing on Rever, it's just shit. But it's not me. It's them. Some files, like it'll for some reason put the audio coming out of one speaker only, and people hate that. I hate it too, but it's Rever. I'm trying to fix that. But anyway, on Blip TV, which I'll try to post a link up to Blip TV, I have like these huge widescreen versions of the videos, uncut, unbroken, not split up into 10-minute segments like I have to on YouTube. So you should check those out. They're a lot better quality. I'm very happy with some of them. Like, you should check out Dragon Strike. I really like the way Dragon Strike turned out. Demolition Man. Oh, that reminds me, Demolition Man. I made some edits to that video that I didn't want to put on YouTube because I'd have to resubmit it. All your comments would go away. But there's an updated version of Demolition Man on the Blip TV site that has just a few changes, but some significant ones. Like the murder, death, kill sequence when they're all like looking really sadly at the screen as Spartan shooting all those people. I changed that to where I think it flows a lot smoother now. I think it's a lot funnier the way it is now. But that's the good news there. I get a lot of requests to do games. I get thousands of requests to do games. Some of them really good games too. Like, you should review. I don't know. Like, I can't remember. Like, just good games. You know, they'll list off some fairly positive. Like, I get a lot of requests. Somebody requested I do Battletoads. Like, okay, A, Battletoads has been done already, and like B, it's pretty good. Some other stuff like like somebody wanted me to do the Baldur's Gate series, which I like. I mean, I would review that, but I'd be like, this is really good. This is, I mean, the one thing I don't like about Baldur's Gate 1 is that Rangers don't use 2 swords. I mean, that's like my main complaint against Baldur's Gate, is that Rangers just kind of like watered down fighters in that game. Anyway, I'll do some quick shot reviews for you, just in case you want some review action. I played Spore. I have not played all the way through Spore, which take this review with a grain of salt when you talk about this. Not that impressed. It's really just like a collection of mini games that are just kind of loosely strung together. Like, okay, I swim around, I eat stuff. I'm either a plant eater or a meat eater. So either you're a complete pussy or you run around and attack things. The second phase where you get on land is just like an extended Simon Says game. If you're an herbivore, you just kind of mimic the other guys, and when you do that long enough, finally the game just goes, okay, you evolve into a tribe. And if you're a peace-loving tribe, basically you get killed a lot. If you're a warlike tribe, you kill a lot of people a lot. There's no penalty for dying. I died a lot, and it never seemed like there was anything wrong with that. I would just rehatch and be like, try again, no problem. It just didn't feel like there was anything at stake. It didn't feel like any of my evolutionary choices made any difference. Like, it didn't matter if I made the 30-foot colossus with 8 mouths, or if I made some kind of like crawling grubworm with a really long neck or something. It just really came down to the bare choices of what parts I chose, and it would give me a certain rank in abilities. Stacking and body parts didn't do anything for me. So, and you could just radically change your entire evolution between one generation with no real penalty or impact on the game. Like, if you weren't happy with what you did before, all of a sudden I'm some kind of 4-legged winged beast. And you just change. Like, one generation, bam, evolution. It doesn't make any difference. I was just not that impressed. Like, I haven't gotten to the spacefaring stage, which is where I understand the game really takes off. But it didn't grip me long enough to get there, and I kind of have other things to do rather than, like, dick around grabbing fruit. Burn After Reading, a very good movie. I think everyone's kind of saying the same thing about this, and they're not wrong. I mean, it's not the Coens' best, but it's still really, really good. I mean, I'd take a bad Coens movie over most anything that comes out in theaters right now anyway. I was very impressed with that movie. It was great. I thought the ending was classic. A lot of people were dissatisfied by the ending in the theater. There were some people in the theater who were just like, that's it? And I was like, yeah, that was it. That was a pretty good ending. I didn't think Malkovich was right for that role, and I kind of stand alone on that one. A lot of people like Malkovich. I did not. I thought somebody else might have been kind of better in portraying the drunk, overly stressed out and frazzled CIA analyst. Like, what's his name? George Costanza. I thought he would have been pretty good in that role. But anyway, other stuff. Not many people know. I keep losing my microphone. Not many people know this, but Uwe Boll, the guy who did Blood Rain and Alone in the Dark, he's been still making movies, and he's done a few other movies that kind of went gratefully past the wayside. These were Uwe Boll movies, not good enough to reach theaters. I'm talking about like Postal. Like, you can find Postal if you go looking for it, although I wouldn't recommend it. Postal is perhaps his worst movie, and I know it's kind of hard to quantify an Uwe Boll movie as being the worst he's ever done, but I'll explain. When Uwe Boll tries to do a horror movie or an action movie like Blood Rain or House of the Dead, he does it so badly that it's funny. And he doesn't mean to be funny, but that's kind of the point. He's so bad that it's hilarious. And he is so disillusioned, so insane, that he thinks he's doing an excellent job. He's just misunderstood. That's the genius of Uwe Boll, is he's just so deluded. But when he tries to do a comedy, like Postal, which is an intentional comedy, and he is as incompetent as he always is, when you fail at something funny, it's not funny. So that's why I tend not to do reviews of movies that are comedies. Like, I just don't like, for some reason, a lot of people want me to do Disaster Movie or Meet the Spartans or something like that, to do a review of that. What they don't understand is when a joke falls flat and a joke isn't funny, all you have there is uncomfortable silence. So I can't say something like, well, that joke sucked. That was not funny. I can't make you laugh out of a joke that doesn't make you laugh. Maybe I can. I guess Family Guy's entire premise is based on taking jokes that aren't funny and then just sitting there and agonizing over them in that really awkward silence for like hours until you finally just laugh out of nervousness. But really, that's why I couldn't do that. So Postal is terrible because it's just not funny. There's never a moment where you feel like he's being hilariously provocative, like, say, South Park, or he has any kind of good play on words or visual gags or any kind of cinematic styling with the camera, it just doesn't work. Even as a Postal movie clone, there's nothing there. I mean, it's like, what are the jokes he comes up with? Fat people are funny. People humping fat people are funny. Children getting shot in the face is funny. The one time I laughed, was when Uwe Boll, he appears as himself in the movie running a German amusement park, and he pays celebrities to appear by paying them with Nazi gold. And so Vern Troyer, the best celebrity they could get for this movie, because, believe it or not, Gary Coleman decided he was too good for this film, and that should tell you something. He pays Vern Troyer in golden Jew teeth. That was the one time I laughed. And it was weak. It's just really uncomfortable, and in case you're still torn about seeing this movie, like maybe you're thinking, I love Postal, I would love to see a movie about this. It's gotta be offensive as shit. I gotta see this. Trust me, it's not provocative. It's not disturbing. Except, and this may sell you on this, but I hope it will scare you away. 4 words. Dave Foley, full frontal. Yeah. Okay. The second movie, which doesn't even really, I don't think it has his name on it, he has a movie out there called Seed. S-E-E-D. It is not a video game adaptation, but it does come packaged with a video game. That video game is Advent Rising. Why? I don't know! It just has the PC version of Advent Rising with it. The movie has nothing to do with Advent Rising. Although the game is a lot better than the movie, I guess you get your money's worth out of that, so in case you never played Advent Rising, here's your chance. The game isn't that great, but I would play that over Seed. Believe me, it's much better. Anyway, Seed is about a serial killer named, I think his name is like Michael Seed, or something like that, who has killed 666 people. Okay. And the police catch him and they execute him, only their electric chair is faulty, so it doesn't kill them. It doesn't kill Seed. So they electrocute him 3 times, fail all 3 times, and so they choose to cover it up and bury him alive, hoping that will kill him. It doesn't. And so the rest of the movie is watching Seed crawl out of the ground and brutally murder all the people who done him wrong. It's hideous. And I'll tell you why. The worst part is the very beginning. And the movie opens up with, I think it's 3 minutes of stock footage from PETA of animals getting brutalized. For no reason. It's just like the credits play over this footage of dogs being skinned alive, having their necks stomped on, their heads crushed with a pipe. It's all real, and it's not horrific. It's just disgusting, and it kind of sums up Uwe Boll's career in like one 3-minute reel. Is he thinks that's titillating cinema? Is just watching stock footage of PETA animal cruelty? We kind of watch movies to get away from that stuff. It's the kind of stuff that will have you literally walking out of a theater. Like I almost never walk out of a theater. I've done it one time. But had I walked in and seen that, I would have left. I basically walked out of the room when I was watching this on DVD, so it's basically disgusting. Anyway, that's Seed. Would not recommend it. There is one kind of effective kill in Seed where he kicks a prison guard's head through some cell doors, but that's like the one thing. There's another scene for like 5 minutes. He stretches this out for 5 minutes where Seed beats the shit out of a lady with a claw hammer. And trust me, she's dead after like 30 seconds, but he stretches it out. Not a good scene, just because it's like, I get it! Hammered! Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to wrap things up. I know things have gone on a bit long. I don't even know how long I've gone on. But I will tell you, just in the interest of getting some reviews up, I'm going to show you a couple things. The first is a review I recorded just now. I wasn't actually going to put it up, but I think I will anyway, just because... okay. I wasn't that happy with it. I kind of think it goes on too long. I think the voice kind of gets grating after a while. But in the interest of completeness, I guess in the interest of showing you kind of the process of like ideas that don't necessarily pan out, I think I'll show you this one. Maybe you like it. I think if I watch it, as soon as I start editing this thing together and I start watching it, I think maybe I'll soften on it. But basically what happened was a while back, my brother got this book called WWE Big Apple Takedown, which is a fiction based in the WWE universe, where the wrestling superstars get drafted to become a team of international super spies and combat operatives who engage in black ops. So that was like just about the funniest thing I'd ever heard. So I sat down and started reading this book, and it's hilarious. And so the review is basically I read you the book, so it's kind of like a book on video. Although I just don't know if it's the kind of thing you guys would be interested in. I think when you watch this, you'll kind of be like, it's funny, but must we really waste our time doing this? So I don't know. Maybe you guys would enjoy it. The second thing is a project I had started working on a few months ago, and I kind of shuffled off to the back burner because I got involved in a lot of reviews. It's kind of hard to explain in briefs. I'll try anyway, but I made another video introducing it. When I was doing my Make My Video, FMV Hell series, I started doing one that I thought might be a little better, one that I actually liked a lot from my childhood. It was on Laserdisc, and it's this thing called Mystery Disc. I enjoyed it a lot, and I found it was actually very innovative, and I think it's still innovative for this time. I think it's actually kind of a wasted opportunity that more videos like this haven't been made. I would actually like to do something like this later on down the road. I think this is kind of a genius organization. Anyway, Mystery Disc is kind of like a dramatized whodunit, where there's a murder that takes place, and it's kind of a branching choose-your-own-adventure storyline where I think there's 16 possible outcomes, and there's different videos and audio tracks for every video. So it's actually it's a very tightly woven scenario where every scenario, I think, works. And it's all very logical, and you actually have to think about this. And I think every scenario makes sense if you have the patience and kind of wits enough to write things down. This is the kind of thing where you have to like write down alibis. You have to write down clues, things people mention. I think it's a very intriguing concept. So I started trying to see if I could put this on YouTube using the annotations and the branching links you can put on the videos as a tool, and it's working really well. The downside is there's a lot of videos to put up because especially when it comes to the clues. And the second phase of the game, you start investigating clues on your own. And each one of those clues is kind of a still frame. Those aren't easy to represent on YouTube except as like a 5-10 second video. So there's a lot of videos I had to put up, and so there's a lot. I mean, there's like several hundred of these. So it was a good idea when I started. The videos went up just fine. The clues, on the other hand, were taking a lot longer. So I think if you go there, just know that I think only 3 or 4 of the possible storylines are up and working. If you try going to other ones, you can see them, but the clues aren't up, and so you probably won't be able to solve them. And there's also no way to check the solutions for the ones that aren't up yet. But I'll try to post the paths that are functioning, and maybe play through it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe you won't. I think you will. And if there's a lot of support behind those things, try it out. And I'll put more of it up. It's just a lot of work, so if people don't like it, I won't bother with it. But give it a try. It's best when played in teams, although you can play it solo. You can cheat, although I wouldn't recommend it. It's kind of better when you try to figure it out for yourself. I really that's all I can think of is I'll post a link to that, and I think the video explains it much better. It's a bit longer, and it may be a bit too long, but I think I have to explain it very carefully so you guys will be able to follow it, because there's a lot of instructions at the front of the Laserdisc, and I kind of compressed that. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. I had to post it on another account just for space sake and linking and stuff like that. So give it a try. Also, I hope you enjoy Big Apple Takedown. Let me know if I'm wrong. I think Big Apple Takedown is really funny, but although it may be just the kind of thing you need to read for yourself, like go to your local library, pick it up, and read it. Consider this like a teaser for the wonders that await you in Big Apple Takedown, because it gets a lot funnier, a lot faster. Just because you're watching people like John Cena, Batista, and Chavo Guerrero as the computer surveillance expert. And Tori Wilson is their face man. Like she's the person who goes in disguise and seduces people and drugs them, and she knows kung fu and stuff like that. It's like the most genius thing ever written, just because it's so off the wall hilarious. We got to have comic books. We got to have TV shows. It's like VIP, like the Pamela Anderson thing in like a serial novel form. I beg you, Rudy Josephs, author of Big Apple Takedown, make more, because it's just the funniest thing ever. Anyway, enjoy Mystery Disc. Enjoy Big Apple Takedown. I hope you like it. Have a good night, everyone.